If you'd like sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 470. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And it's just the two of us tonight.
No I6 Hitman.
No.
Jan.
Yant and Tiff are in the same absentee boat nowadays, so yes. But hopefully we'll see those guys back soon, and especially with Halo coming out in just over a month, it's gonna be pretty badass. Just saying.
Yeah.
But you and I are here, so we'll just make the best of it and do a show.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right in the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Gertie comments, I wasn't telling you should switch nights, only asked because there are so many Monday holidays. What if you all set a backup night for holiday weeks?
It seems like this is a repeat statement, not just from Gertie, but this is something that we've been getting a lot over the last couple of years. It's just, once again, it comes down to money. I mean, we're doing this, voluntarily to entertain, hopefully, some people out there, and inform and get some information out. But it's it costs us to put out the show. It doesn't break us in any money. So. Taking a holiday week off is, it's easier said than trying to switch a night. So
yeah. Maybe someday when we're rolling in the dough from the show, we can think about it. But for right now, that's not the case.
With Elon Musk, if he could donate 2% of his annual salary worth, then we could put the show on every night.
Yeah, could happen. So
no need to solve world hunger. We'll just put the show on every night.
Yeah, no, we have other stuff to do, Gertie, but who knows? Maybe one week we'll be like, no, Monday's a holiday, and then people will be like, oh, I got nothing on Tuesday, and then maybe we'll do a Tuesday show. But we're not gonna have a backup night in infinitum. So, all right. Next up, Viva La Douche comments. New to your show, only about 6 episodes in so far, but loving it. Great energy compared to other gaming podcasts. I concur.
Yeah, I think we're pretty energetic.
Yeah.
I think we keep the pace well. I mean, there's other podcasts that you have to put on like double speed just to stay with it and not fall asleep while you listen to it. But I think we do a pretty good job of trying to keep things going.
I would agree.
Thanks.
Nice job, Selden. High five. Yeah, so thanks, Viva La Douche, and also nice name. Next up, Tall Paul 69 asks, what does Selden 007 see in all these silly little games? Is he really just a gamer score whore trying to get more?
Listen up, Tall Paul. You're angering me, Tall Paul. No, I honestly, I just enjoy video games. I enjoy all genres of video games. There's hardly any genre that I really don't get along with. I enjoy, the little quirkiness of some of the penny arcade type of games, and I like the full blown aspects of some of the AAA titles. So I mean, I may be more gamer than a lot of gamers are gamers. If they only play one genre, how can you call yourself a gamer? I'm a gamer that plays everything, and it's not just related to video games. I play sports in real life. I play, board games with my kids.
In real life.
I play everything, I'm like, I just love the aspect of gaming. And it's, if it's a little penny arcade game that, gives me a little entertainment for 15 minutes, that's great, man. I love the effort that people are putting in. If they don't keep making these kind of games, I mean, like, what, you just want shooters to be the only game out there for people to play, and that's the only thing people make?
That's all
I mean, it's just that would ruin the industry. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that like a lot of these games. So,
I don't know, Selden. I could be happy if it was all just squad-based shooters for the rest of forever. First-person shooters, 4-man teams, Team Slayer. That's all I need. Create me 100 of those games, and I'll play them all.
I'll play them right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
I like the variety of all the different kinds of games that are out there. So,
all right, fair enough. Well, Tall Paul, 69. If you're not pleased with Selden's answer, feel free to berate him some more. Our comments line is open. All right, and last but certainly not least, Altius asks. Apparently, the sneaker bots were tasked with buying Xbox mini fridges when they went live at Target and sold out in less than a minute. Were any of you lucky enough to get your order in? No.
yeah, I was on top of a mountain, so I missed the whole window.
I had notifications set up for when Xbox tweeted. The tweet came, I got my notification, I clicked on the link, and then that's when things went bad. It was like I clicked to add it to my cart. It was like, you can't add this to your cart. And I went back and I refreshed the page and it's like, sorry, this is sold out. So
like how many units do you think they actually had available to sell? I mean, like, I can't imagine they had enough that they even came close to what the demand was going to be without the sneaker bots out there.
I to be honest, I have no idea. Like I can't even scope this. Like Microsoft did come out after the fact and say they were going to release more during December, and this wasn't your only chance to get them. But there has to be a lot of bots to buy out the entire supply. I don't know. It went fast. Super fast.
I definitely think it had a lot more popularity than what they were expecting. But in this manufacturing supply and demand market that we have, I don't think they could even get close to where they needed to be to even try to appease like even the 2% that we're able to get in. So
no. At the same time, though, it's not like this is an Xbox with millions and millions of transistors. This is, it's got a compressor, it's got a couple little fancier chips to make the sounds and the lights and everything else, but this should have been easier to build than an Xbox.
what was it, $100?
Was it $200? It didn't even matter. I was buying it no matter what.
Yeah. So, like I would have tried if I wasn't climbing a mountain and trying to yell at me, but
no.
Yeah, but no, I don't think anybody I know got one. So
I don't know anyone either, Altius. So if you got one, let us know, and maybe I'll pick it up off your hands as long as you're not jacking the price up. All right. Well, if any of awesome questions or comments, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over to what we're playing? Selden, what have you been playing this week?
Played a lot more Subnautica Below Zero. Really enjoying that game. It was a really great second iteration of their IP. I think they did a really good job with it. Still exploring a lot of the sea depths and stuff like that, and then on top of land structures and things like that. So I'm having a lot of fun, developing and figure out what I can build and how to build it and where I need to go to get the supplies. So it's a lot of fun. Other than that, picked up Jackbox Party Pack 8 and was playing that with the family. That is that's probably the best version that they put out in the last couple of years, I think. 8, I think, has got the really good combination of the new games and the old game mixes in there. So I think they did a really good job with this iteration. So
nice.
How about you, Derek?
Well, I only played one thing. Ironically, I actually bought Jackbox Party Pack 8 as soon as it came out, but we still have not yet played it. Doing a lot of TV catch up and stuff. So the only thing I played, and this was off of our discussion a couple weeks ago about Xbox Cloud Gaming versus game streaming from your own console. So I played a little Team Fortress 2, but I played it from my Xbox Series X using the controller where it was coming from my PC.
So you went opposite.
I went the other way around. Yes. Yes, I brought a PC game to the Xbox, and that was using Windows 11's wireless display features and installing the wireless display, I guess, server, if you will, on the Xbox. It's right available in the Microsoft Store. Played pretty well. I was impressed with that.
Yeah, you put that up there, and I'm like, wow, that's an interesting title to be playing this week. I was like,
Well,
but now I understand the story.
yeah, so I wanted to pick something that was on my PC that I knew was not remotely available in any way, shape, or form from the Xbox store. So, yeah. But yeah, it's still got some work to do. There's some weird things you have to do to switch back and forth between using the controller and using the controller to move around your mouse. You hit basically the two buttons on the controller at the same time. Select and start, if you will, hamburger
Okay.
and shadow window or whatever you want to call them. I'll call them select and start till the day I die. But
Yeah.
yeah, it works pretty well. So I'd recommend checking that out too, especially if you have a high end gaming PC. They can just drive content over to your other screen. But
Yeah, I will admit that. I mean, I played probably like 6 or 7 more titles this week, but I was testing the Xbox Cloud Game Pass on the Xbox Series X, so I was testing that on that and the PC, just playing. Everything seems to be working really smooth with that service, so I'm pretty impressed with it right now. So
now, have you tried the game streaming from the console?
no, I haven't tried streaming from the console.
So
I really
that's
had a need to.
so that's a little lower quality. That reminds me of the way that I used to do it, where you connect to a console from the thing and from a PC, and it streams the screen over. It still has something to be desired compared to the cloud, but in a pinch, it's there and it works. So basically you pick the connect button in the Xbox app and you connect to your console directly. So
Yeah, I think the last time I streamed from my console to a different device was I was using an app within the Oculus store. So I was playing in the VR world where the screen was as big as a building. So
nice.
which it worked out pretty good there too. I was like, wow, this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I can't see everything going on the screen, so like I can't play this much.
No, I hear you. But yeah, lots of exciting shit going on. But that's why I played Team Fortress 2. So.
Nice.
All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over into the new releases? And this is for the last week and this week, obviously, because we missed a show. So first one out, Mario Party Superstar is out for the Switch. I like Mario Party. I haven't played a Mario Party game since I got the Switch. Probably not going to pick this one up because if you're going to play with a bunch of people, you all have to use the stupid Joy-Cons, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
they should incorporate something like Jackbox where everybody can just hop on their phones and play the game through their phone onto the Switch. So
yeah, I'm sure it's going to do fucking gangbusters and it's going to sell 1 billion copies because it's a Nintendo first party property.
Nintendo first party.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, probably not going to pick this up. But
yeah, I think that the Mario Party games is like you only have to buy one version of it on whatever device you want to play it on.
Yeah.
Like once they start putting out multiple for the same device, I don't think people like. Really, do I want another whole bunch of mini games? I'm like, they should be making these DLCs for the existing ones that are already
add new games. Yeah. The last times I remember really having fun with the Mario Party games were GameCube and just the difference with the Wii when it came out with the motion controls and stuff. But but now that we've shrunk to minuscule screens and minuscule controllers, like that's just not my thing anymore. So who knows? All right. Well, next release out this week is Just Dance 2022. This is out on pretty much every platform you can imagine. I've never played a Just Dance game, and I probably never will.
I will say, I don't think it was Just Dance, but last time I bought a dance game, it was Dance Dance Revolution. That's what it was. Back on the Xbox 360, maybe, where you got the dance pad.
Yep.
And you had, and like, I don't think I would enjoy a Just Dance with just shaking your Joy-Cons around like you're jerking off like crazy.
Yeah, and that was always my argument about Just Dance versus Dance Central. Dance Central used the Kinect. It saw your whole body. It was able to judge you. And really, the only data point that Just Dance had was the controller back in the days. And it doesn't seem to be the same thing to me. So
yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm like, once there was the dance pad or the Kinect, you're right. I'm like one of those two devices where it was actually measuring where your feet were, because I could be a chair dancer all day long. Look at me. Like, no, dancing's about getting up and jumping around.
See, that's why Dance Central was the best, because it saw your head, it saw your arms, it saw your legs, it saw your front to back movement and side to side. It was perfect. But yeah, Just Dance, the opposite.
So this is a hard pass for both of us.
Yep,
Good.
Yep. All right, and the last new release out this week is Call of Duty Vanguard, also out for pretty much fucking everything. Yeah, I'm skipping this Call of Duty because I got a Halo game showing up in a month.
Yeah, I know. I saw some statistics that out of the 3 big titles that are coming out, the Halo, Call of Duty Vanguard, and Battlefield, that everybody was saying that they do, Halo was number 1.
Yep.
Battlefield was number 2, and a very small amount of people were like, yeah, I'm probably going to pick up Vanguard. It's going to end up selling like mad.
It always does.
Because it's Call of Duty.
It's like mad.
Yes. Yeah. It's another pass for me. So
yeah,
I know they're trying to entice it with a little, they're saying zombies are going to be in it right away, stuff like that and all that. I'm like, yeah, it's still nothing I need to get. So
no. Like I bought a few Call of Duty games during my my Halo thirst phase here, but now Halo's coming back and I'm just thirsty for Halo. I don't give a shit. So all right, well that wraps up the new releases. So in this such rapid fire show, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? These always go so fast with just you and me. Have you noticed that?
No, we don't have any arguments. We just agree with everything.
Oh, I disagreed with all of your game playing choices. I'm with tall 69. Yeah. I'm with him. Your shit's weird. All right. First story. Xbox consoles can now access NVIDIA GeForce Now via Microsoft Edge. So this is something I also tried out, but I was pretty unsuccessful with this because NVIDIA GeForce Now is it's basically like the Xbox console streaming, but from your PC. But there's multiple tiers of subscriptions to this program, and with your free subscription, you only get about an hour at a clip to play, and it's all 1080p or less. So it really wasn't a good judge, which is why I explored the other avenues. But the Edge browser that's now on the Xbox can do all kinds of cool shit. And still interface with your controllers and with your headphones and your microphones and everything else. So it's good to see this coming to the Xbox and opening up these other streaming or like you could fire up fucking Netflix. Like you wouldn't have to because there's a Netflix app, but you could fire up any stream in the Edge browser and pop it up. And think about websites that use their own first party stream thing for their video stuff. Yeah, you can watch all that.
Stadia?
Not Stadia, but you probably could do it, but I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to find out. So, but it's good to see that they're bringing the full featured Edge to the console versus, and in case you haven't used Edge is like Chrome because it's based on Chrome, but it's even better. So
yeah, no, it's great that they're leaving this open because it seems like in the past that they've always restricted the ability to run things within the console through platforms like that because they want you to buy the app or use the exclusivity of the app and stuff like this. Now this opens it up for us to just get more power out of our Xbox. So I'm all for it.
You could probably bust out the Discord web interface on it. I haven't tried yet, but it's something to try. So
maybe that'll make Hit happy.
Yeah. Who knows? All right, next story.
I'll grab this one. FaZe Clan is becoming a publicly traded company following the merger. Looks like FaZe Clan, which is oriented towards younger gamers, is looking to go public. Now they're using offshore shell account or something like that to merge with this so that they can go public without having to go through FTC regulations or something like that I was reading. But looks like they're going to be going for approximately $1 billion. $1 billion for FaZe Clan to go public. It's great for them. I would personally probably not be investing in FaZe Clan stock.
No,
because you're relying on the throughput of your merchandise sales and promotions.
yeah.
And I just don't know if it's there. I mean, could you ever see Too Old to Play back in the day selling, going public?
Back in the day, maybe, but the arrogance it takes for a clan like FaZe Clan to think that they're worth $1 billion, and two, that they should be publicly traded. This can only go wrong, and God, I fucking hope it does. I hope this is the train wreck of all train wrecks. And then maybe it'll cause people to think twice before not checking their privilege. So, yeah.
But I mean, it's I don't know. My money says don't invest in it, but
No,
like who knows?
there are so many cryptocurrencies that have a better chance of earning you money than investing in FaZe Clan. So, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Good luck for them.
That should have been the what the fuck story.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to promote on our site and they can throw us a few shekels.
Well, I have another story that's kind of what the fucky. So as long as we're going down this realm, Razer wants to sell you handless gloves for superior mobile gaming. So what these are called are finger sleeves. It's $10, and you put them on your fingers that you're using on your phone screen. And it's supposed to prevent you from sweating and give you better contact with your screen. And God, I love Razer, but this is so fucked up.
So finger condoms.
Would you ever buy these? As the one guy I know that loves mobile games, one, would you ever buy these? And two, when is the point where you're like, I'm just fucking around playing a game, and you're like, no, hang on, I gotta get the fucking finger sleeves and put them on. Yeah, that's when you know that it's gone fucking serious, and you want to make sure you have full contact with your touchscreen. Can you imagine any scenario where you'd use these?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Tall Paul 69, Selden has said no to something.
It said no to the finger sleeves condoms.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Was there... I still can't even figure... Did they create the market for this? Or was there demand for this? Or... I just don't know. It's fucked up either way.
Like maybe if you have a plastic allergy and you can't use your fingers on the back of a phone, or
no, this is for the front of the phone. This is for the glass side. So this is only for the touchscreen side.
Well, maybe you have a really cracked screen and you keep slicing your finger open on it.
Okay. You have found the one possible thing for this, Selden. Good job. All right.
So it's protection.
So if you break your phone screen, got a big crack in it, go pick up some Razer finger cuffs for fucking $10. So.
Oh my. Yeah, I have to say that is another what the fuck.
All right, next story.
All right, Halo Xbox 360 games now go offline in January 2022. Looks like they're finally shutting down the ability to access your Halo games through the 360 platform. It's a long time coming. If you're still on the 360 playing Halo games, I'm sorry. Yeah, you could probably pick up a Series X or like a Xbox One X pretty cheap now, or even an Xbox One XS or whatever.
Yeah. See, this took me by surprise a little bit, though. I always assumed that when we were playing the Master Chief Collection, that we were playing against on the same servers as the old folks, but apparently that's not the case. They've been running these other servers for years now.
Yeah. I mean, they shut down all the stats tracking from the Halo sites. Last year or a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time before they start, sunsetting some of these platforms that they, obviously there's probably not a lot of players on there. So it's more of a non-story, I would think. And then, at this point, it's time for people to move on and get onto the better platforms. So
Yeah. Then they said MCC is not affected by this, so if you want to go back and play those games, fucking bust out a Master Chief Collection and play it that way. But yeah, it's time to upgrade, guys. You can't just use your 15-year-old console forever. Like, it's fucked up. Just grow up, get a new one now.
I want to play Pitfall, but I want to play it on the original Atari.
Yeah.
Get that little blister on the inside of your hand.
Yeah. Pitfall Harry Adventurers Club. Still got my patch around here somewhere. So, oh, all right. Next story. What am I gonna pick? Microsoft unveils 256 gig and 2 terabyte storage cards for the Xbox Series X and S. So, as you know, when these consoles came out, and the S was tremendously under storaged, and even the X fills up pretty fast. You may have wanted some external storage, and through their proprietary Cool Guy interface, they sold the 1 terabyte card. But variety is the spice of life. So now they've opened it up for buying a 256 gig version and a 2 terabyte version. So all priced accordingly, all priced about twice as much as a hard drive of the same stature, but they're available nonetheless. So
yeah, this is where I'm going to plug Xbox Game Pass cloud gaming. You don't even have to have a lot of these games on your system if we keep moving forward with cloud gaming. Just delete them off the system. Only use the ones that are on your system that you're going to be playing a lot. If you want to pick up something that your buddies are playing, just throw it up through Game Pass and just play it live over the cloud instead. I understand where they want to give people the memory so that people can store all their shit on there, but really with the download speeds and everything like that, it's if you want to download the game, that's fine. You can re-download it.
yeah, delete
You can still use the old external storages. You don't get the benefit of the quick play, but then you can hot swap games between your hard drive and the external storage.
And that's what I do. I move stuff over to my big 4 terabyte one, and I keep a certain amount of stuff on the actual internal storage. So
yeah. So my suggestion is wait for the prices of these units to come down before you start investing in them. Because obviously, I mean, they're able to get larger sizes out there, which is great, but I don't think there's really a need for it right now. Just hot swap off of a old external drive or play them on the cloud.
Yeah. I was talking to my son Evan over the weekend about this story, and he's like, "Why? I'm surprised no one's come out with like their own little take an NVMe drive and stick it into an adapter and put it in there." And I was like, that's it's really not that far out there. If this had not been a time of massive chip shortages and everything, I guarantee you there would have been some knockoff from overseas that you could take a standard NVMe drive, plug into this thing, and then slide into that slot to meet the back connector of the Xbox. No doubt.
Yeah, I actually think we actually had a story about 6 months ago that somebody actually made a bypass for it so they could use their own NVMe through it. But it was just too much of a hassle to really deal with it and stuff like that. So I'm like,
yeah, you need some Chinese company knocking this thing off and selling them for peanuts, and those companies make up for it in volume. So that's the beauty of it. But right now, nobody's doing volume of anything. So. So the hackers lost. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they'll be around. They'll find something. They'll get it.
All right, next story.
All right. Overwatch hero McCree will be renamed to Cold Cassidy on October 26th. So I haven't played yet, but I'm pretty sure this has already happened.
Yeah.
It's more of a slap in the face for Jesse McCree. I guess he left the studio earlier in the year, and
he was part of the scam.
He was kind of named after him, and it was kind of he left the company. We're not going to leave his name on the game anymore, so we're going to change his name.
Well, he left the company under duress. He was part of that big
that whole frat boy workthing type thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was part of the Cosby kids chat room or whatever. Or, yeah, whatever they named it. Everything they did was massively offensive.
Yeah.
So he no
Cosby
longer has
Suite,
his
that's what it
legacy.
was.
Yeah, Cosby Suite. Yeah. So he no longer has his legacy protected there. It's
So
weird.
it's good that they're distancing it from him, but the general public probably doesn't realize that the story behind of why the name changed. So,
Yeah.
but it's good that they're distancing it from it. So it's a weird move.
Yep. Nope. No, I think anytime this kind of thing happens and someone gets their comeuppance, all the power to them. Like, that's what you get for fucking up.
Yeah.
All right, next story. Halo Infinite campaign game trailer release. New enemies, locations, and a RPG style system to the game. So, Selden, did you watch this video?
I have not watched it yet.
Oh,
And I feel horrible for not watching it, but I've been dying to just try to protect myself. I don't want any spoilers.
no,
I want to see the game when it comes and watch it as I play it.
There's very few spoilers in this at all, if at all. So Tiff and I were both working from home that day. She saw that it dropped. We dropped everything, went upstairs, threw it on the big TV, turned all the lights down, and it is like any problems you had with the original campaign reveal, they exist no longer. And this, it was so feel good, from the music to the like they go through the whole. Oh, good. See, nothing changed.
It was all on your end.
So
you've been glitching a little bit. You've been doing a little max headroom on your video in the stream also.
Nice. I know I'm pushing this PC a little too hard, doing the stream and the show and everything else. So we'll see what happens. But yeah,
rewind back into the story.
Yeah, it was glorious. They had the Halo theme cranking throughout. Fantastic. And like, I'll tell you, I had goosebumps, maybe a tear or two shed. I'm just so fucking excited for this game. I can't wait. The only thing that makes me sad is knowing that the co-op campaign isn't there on day one. So, and because we don't want spoilers, everyone's going to play it by themselves on day one. And then once it's finally in co-op, we're going to go play with our usual co-op campaign crew and bang through it again. But
see, I'm what gets back, I don't want to spoil it. When I was a little tyke growing up in good old Ohio, I snuck into my parents' closet before Christmas and I found a really cool construction truck that I really wanted, and I took it down and I looked at it and I played with it, and then I put it back in the box and put it up in the closet. You know what? My parents knew that I found it. They took it back and I didn't get it for Christmas. I don't want that to happen with Halo. I don't want to look at this shiny new awesomeness. I want the game in my hand to be able to play it and say it's mine. I don't want to be spoiled if they delay it for some reason again.
No, it's definitely worth it.
I'm sure it is, but I'm still trying to hold out. I want day one feels on it, so I want to be there when I can play it and envelop myself in the environment that it produces. So,
all right. So do you not watch movie trailers either?
I hate movie trailers. It's just spoil a movie all the time.
All right.
You give the big joke, the punchline away in the trailer, and then by the time you get around to watching the movie, you're like, oh, I know what he's gonna say now. Look, I'm supposed to laugh.
He's a friend from work.
No, I hate trailers.
All right, fair enough. Like, I wouldn't watch a trailer right before I watched a movie, but like 6 months out, month out, I'll watch one because you'll forget it by then.
And see, I even try to avoid all the Marvel Immortals or Eternals commercials that are all over the place right now, because I don't want to be spoiled by what the movie's going to give me when I get to watch it. But
well, Shang-Chi's coming on Disney Plus Day on November 13th, so you can watch Shang-Chi and then you can go watch the Eternals.
There you go.
So, yep. All right, next story. Oh, this one's me.
I'll take this.
Oh, this one's you. All
this
right,
one's me.
Yeah.
Among Us will hit Xbox and PlayStation on December 14th. I want to say who the cares about this game anymore, and why does anybody really still want to play it at this point when it's now finally getting to? But unfortunately, fortunately, I have children that
Unfortunately, I have children. Wow. Foot
no,
mouth.
well, unfortunately, that I have children that keep me in reality check, and that kids are still dying to play this game. And I'm sure that this game is going to be super popular once it drops on December 14th, and they can download it and they can play it on whatever platform they want now.
Did you have any Among Us trick-or-treaters last night?
I did not. We are in a really weird section of our neighborhood that people don't come down our street.
Oh.
So very, very few trick-or-treaters in general. So
yeah, it was slower than the past, but decent number last night. But we had an Among Us, at least one. So
yeah. But good for the guys over at Among Us for keeping this game popular.
Yeah, they just keep it going. They just keep add a platform every 6 months, and everyone gets excited again. So. All right, next story. PAX South has been canceled for the foreseeable future. So this was actually kind of a surprise considering PAX West went off without a hitch this year, like granted smaller crowds, but in Seattle. And then all of a sudden they came out with this announcement that they're not going to field their one down in Texas for the foreseeable future. Maybe it has to do with the percentage of people that are vaccinated, or I don't know. But
I really just think it might have a lot to do with because South by Southwest was canceled prior to even COVID issues. I don't know if there's some
South
kind
by
of
Southwest wasn't canceled before COVID.
It was it the first year of COVID before everybody else was canceling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that I don't think the community's really supportive of these down in the good old state of Texas at this point. I don't know.
The big events, lots of people in one place kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird time. So I'm not surprised that they canceled it. I guess I'm more not surprised than surprised that they canceled it, if that makes sense. Because it's still a weird time to have conventions and things like that. So
fair enough.
And nobody cares about little games anymore. It's all about the big games.
Well, and those are the only people still going to PAX, so that works out well. Yes. All right, next story.
Streamlabs says Facebook gaming views have overtaken YouTube gaming views. Now, this is a surprising development, especially the amount of money that Google has thrown towards, YouTube and gaming on YouTube. And the anger towards Facebook on a lot of issues that Facebook is now overtaking YouTube. I mean, this is a huge turn. I mean, nobody really, I can think, would have thought this coming. I mean, some of the big names, the streamers that had gone over to Facebook gaming, I'm sure that they've been loving this at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
I called this from day one when I said we were going to stream on Facebook, and Hit was like, "Whoa, this is dumb. Don't do that." And here we are, and well, actually not tonight, but here we are normally, and now they're surpassing them. And Streamlabs is a good third-party source of this data because they know exactly where their shit is going. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting, especially now with the whole new metaverse that's coming, and how Facebook is going to be treating the gaming world, because they already came out. They said they're not going to change anybody's name, but then they said, okay, no, Oculus is going to change. They're going to drop the Oculus name, and it's going to be the metaverse. So, but obviously, there's a lot of gaming revenue and costs going towards this, and I think that Facebook or metaverse is going to be definitely looking at really kicking up this segment of their business, because I think that they can start seeing the value in it. So
I would think so. Absolutely. Yeah. This is it's a positive trend where most trends in their direction have been negative lately, to be honest. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, last story, and this one's kind of genius. Pokemon Unite hid the scoreboard so that players would rage quit less. So imagine how we could benefit from this if all games did this. If you had no idea of where your team stood on the scoreboard. Because think about the number of Halo games back in the day where you're blowing out the other team and then they all just quit. Seems like such a simple solution, but why hasn't this caught on?
Because everybody knows what the score is. Even if you hide the scoreboard, you know what the score is. You look at any Little League out there that's like, oh, we don't keep score,
but every kid's
every kid out there knows that they got crushed or they crushed.
Yes.
So, I
it's
think
harder to tell in a game like this, though.
Yeah.
It's not a linear score for the entire team. This is a score per player that then all
gets accumulated into the grand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see this being picked up by a lot of other games because I'm sorry, but that's why we game. We game to either win or lose. And
no, they show the scoreboard at the end. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
you see the scoreboard after the game. You just don't see it during, so the other team can't be like, "Fuck this, we're out of here." Well,
yeah, I'm sure that I don't know if there is a direct correlation between rage quits and the score difference being shown on the screen. I'd have to see a lot of data to back that up before I believe that's why. Maybe the player base was falling off more and the casual players weren't playing as much anymore. And therefore they weren't rage quitting as often as the hardcore players. And now that you're just hardcore players, there's less rage quitting because you don't have the casual players in there anymore. So, I mean, there's probably a lot of things that you could correlate with the reduction in rage quitting on. So, but it's an interesting tactic. Like, hey, we're not going to tell you how you're doing.
Yeah, just wait till the end of the game. We'll let you know then. Oh, you lost. you got blown out. What the fuck? Why'd you even stay in this game? So, yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up our news, Selden. So
jeez, we flew through it.
Yeah. So if any of you guys out there have stuff you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread on the Tool Play homepage, and we will try to incorporate whatever shit you want into the show, because that's what we do. We're very amenable. Sponsors! Remember, if we had sponsors, this is where we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. But if you, even a lowly individual, like let's say you got an Etsy shop, whatever, you want to talk about in the show, just let us know. And we'll scale our cost down to you, to your income level, so that everybody's happy. Like, we're not looking to make a tons of shekels on this show. We just want to get something in return for the work we do and for pimping your stuff. So, same as always, 773-527-2961, podcast@toolplay.com, and just get in touch with us and we'll hook you up with a little ad and you'll feel good about it. All right. Twitter us up. You can find everything toolplayer at twitter.com/toolplay, everything podcast at twitter.com/still_got_game, Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That's where we put all of our archive video content, whether it's episodes of this show, whether it's Hits Quick Hits, whether it's Thick and Thin with LB and Duty, whether it's Selden Special Show, doesn't matter. They are all there, all episodes on demand. It is like the Netflix of YouTube. And you can go pull everything Tool to Play related down there. So go there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and enjoy the rich depth of content that we have, and I do mean depth. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. Give us 5 stars. You've got extra 5 seconds. Write a little something nice about us. Hey, these guys are handsome as fuck. Or, oh my god, these guys blow, but I still gave them 5 stars. Doesn't matter. You just write a review to go along with your 5-star review. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/still_got_game. That is one of the many places where we broadcast the show live each and every week. So please go there, follow us, and yeah, you can get the show there live, and you can go through all of our archive shows. We have a Discord. That's where we all hang out and chat and have a good time with our fans and each other. So if you go to discord.me/stillgotgame, that's discord.me/stillgotgame, no spaces, no underscores, no shit. You can join us in our Discord. We'll chat with you all day long and have a good time. Selden is literally the welcome wagon. He will bring you on board when it's like, whoa, Shitbird just joined the server. And Selden's like, hey, Shitbird, what's going on? Hey, come on in. Yeah, he's definitely our nice guy welcome wagon. So, definitely come onto our Discord and have a good time. Whew. That's a lot of talking.
Yeah, that was a lot, man. I just let you go.
I know. I need a break. So, Selden, now I'm throwing it to you. What do you want to pimp? Where are you on the socials? What do you want to talk about tonight? You go rock on.
I'll just go, first off, you can find me at linktr.ee/Selden007. You can find all my links to all my socials there. Hit me up anywhere you want, and you can, check out my pictures, my videos, my social posts, or anything. Other than that, I'd like to put it out to, oh God, there's so much stuff. Let's go with organ donors this week. I just recently lost a buddy who is waiting on a liver. Unfortunately, it didn't get to him in time. So if you are or considering being an organ donor, that's, you could save a life out there by just checking that box on the back of your ID, or letting your loved ones know that, you'd like to be an organ donor for, situations and things like that. So just please consider that. How about you, Derek?
Okay. I didn't know we were going to go controversial choices of charities today, but so
I didn't choose a charity. I just said be an organ donor.
All right, yeah, all right. That's okay. It's a sore subject. So anyway, sorry. No, it's not really. Once I get to it, you're gonna think I'm petty. But so all of my socials and shit are at linktr.ee/Derek Nolan. So go follow me there. And everything is there, from Facebook to YouTube to my OnlyFans to you name it, it's all there. So just go there, linktr.ee/Derek Nolan. Now, think twice before you put that thing on the back of your fucking driver's license, because the guy in the ambulance that's pulling, like, you're in a car crash, he comes over to you. Maybe his sister needs an organ or something, and maybe he's not going to work as hard once he sees that checkbox. So maybe don't fill that in. I'm just saying. I don't mean to counter every bit of good that Selden tried to do, but I'm just saying.
Wow. Let me choose something else then. What do I got around here? Amazon. Amazon's a great company. Buy your Christmas presents from Amazon. There. That's what I want instead.
Oh, you went with the most controversial. Help Jeff Bezos get back to space. Yes. Oh. All right. Well, I just want to remind you all that you can join us each every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tool2play, facebook.com/tool2play, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this two dudes episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden 007 Selden.
Take your organs to the grave.